Introduction. Hello, and let me welcome you to this introduction. Some of you who don't know me at all but have indeed purchased the product will be wondering, what's he doing up there now? Why is he now writing his chicken scratchings instead of using prepared slides or a video? You will find out about that during this training. There are plenty of studies which show that using prepared PowerPoint slides have much less of an impact on the audience than handwritten presentations. The audience views the slides, nods, and does nothing more. And I want to motivate you to act. That is the alpha and the omega. That is the reason for which you purchase this training. Only if you act will you have success. I once was talking with a successful internet marketer who had sold a large number of DVD courses, and he told me that it wasn't at all rare that people had 10 of his DVD packages in their homes and hadn't yet acted upon them. Time and time again, people were purchasing his courses but doing nothing. In this course, I'm doing the following. By using this handwriting, I want to be absolutely sure that you don't directly use the material. That's why I'm writing extra poorly, so that you can't use the slideware as such, but rather that you take the first step and open up, for instance, PowerPoint, or take out a few blank pieces of paper and begin to create your own course material. Why would I want for you to do that? Because it's not very productive if you watch and listen and tell yourself, yes, amazing, that's great, etc. Rather, I want you to begin to think for yourself and act on your own. Only if you begin to consider your own internet business will you begin to think, what are my opportunities and potential ideas? How can I do that? And then you write this down directly. Not simply watching this video and nothing happens. This is difficult to do while driving. The video is more of a supporting measure to back up the audio while you're driving or at the gym. The video is important to be seen and to motivate you to act. You can use the audio files for the first time through or for repetition. It is, however, most important that you begin to act. In other words, if you don't yet have a piece of paper in front of you or haven't yet opened a blank PowerPoint session, then please do it now. I still remember it back in the day. Those audiobooks would always say, go get it now, do this task now. And many years passed before I finally did that task now. So here's your task. Please start creating your own course material using your own ideas. You're already aware that the more you confront yourself with something, the more you get into doing it, and the more fresh ideas you have for it. And so that is why it's always important to spend a bit more time with new projects. I suggest the following tip to you. If you want to, let's say, have 100,000 euros turnover or profit from your website, whether it's monthly or yearly, depending on the maturity of your internet business, then the mission's clear. But how do I get there? You must pose the question to yourself. How do I get to that goal? Another tip, which has proven to be very helpful, is to ask yourself, how would celebrity, famous entrepreneur, anyone whom you respect, make it happen? Then you begin to consider the options. It's not helpful to tell yourself after 5 minutes, oh well, I've now written down all the possible ideas and none are winners. There is no possible way to reach the goal of 100k per month or year. You must be persistent and continue to think it over. The first ideas start trickling in only after a half of an hour or an hour. The moral of the story is, the more you invest into brainstorming, the more you will get back from your investment. This also means that when you suddenly have a good idea, stop the video, write down the idea. Only when you've fully documented the idea should you then come back to watching this training. This should aid you in becoming more proactive. So much for the introduction. These principles will always be waiting for you here. From me, there will be no PowerPoint, no handouts. You will create your own course materials with which you will work later. Be sure to make a to-do list with your action points. Write these actions which you need to implement on this list. Write those actions which you need to implement on this list. Include a deadline for each action. It's no use writing down vague notions such as, I do have to get around to updating my website someday. Indeed, I have to do that at some point. These types of statements result in no action, nothing. What does result in action are statements such as the following. Task, update website, not just in 2 weeks. It must be finished by April the 15th, assuming today would be April the 1st. Set concrete deadlines and very clear goals. There's still room for interpretation using the word update. What does update really include? This must be more clearly defined. Not only moving a single field from left to right and then declaring the website to be updated. There needs to be clear tasks written down, which, summed together, result in an updated website. And if you happen to own more than one website, write down which website or websites need updating. That's enough for now for the introduction. Most importantly, write everything down by hand. Take your time and stop whatever else you're doing. Take time to think about your own internet company. Don't simply sit back and absorb my presentation and tell yourself, success will find its own way to me. Total rubbish. Whenever anyone tries to teach you step by step to success, I will show you how to achieve success. You yourself need to act. You may use me as a source of inspiration and motivation, but you need to find your own way for your website and implement your own plan. Writing down your action plan and the associated deadlines is a good first step. The details of what you have to implement will now be presented in the subsequent videos.